We are back in the NBA. It is Monday, November 8th, and my best bets are coming your guys' way. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and let's start off the week right. It is Monday. No one loves Mondays. We're going to try to make some money today. Now, let's recap yesterday. We went 3-3, but it was a winning day, plus 0.4 units. The near sweep on player props. Terry Rozier, we had his under 16.5 points. Yeah, he gets a layup in the last minute. They're down 15. He gets a garbage time layup to go over by 1 with 17 points. But like I said yesterday, we lowered spreads and over-unders to just half a unit. And as you can see, we just those aren't my specialty. I love doing player props more than spreads and over-unders. So we're going to keep doing it that way. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We appreciate all those guys, new people subscribing to the channel. And also, if you're already subscribed, tell a friend to subscribe. Why not? Also, like the video and comment your best bet down below. And maybe I'll shout you out tomorrow if it does cash. Last note, my Monday Night Football Bears versus Steelers best bets video is live on the channel, so it'll be linked in the description and in the comments down below. Go check it out. Let's start with my best bet of the day. We've cashed 2 in a row. We're going to start with a guy by the name of Kyle Lowry. We're going to take his over 11.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 105. So if you don't have rebounds and assists, likely will lean towards his assist line. Now, Lowry is averaging 5.5 rebounds per game and 7.5 assists per game for a total of 13 rebounds plus assists. So not too bad. We're only asking for 12 in this bet. He's coming off a triple-double versus the Utah Jazz, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Not too shabby. And today, they're taking on a Nuggets team, which should match up very similar to how they matched up against that Utah Jazz team. Now, Adebayo likely be guarding Nikola Jokic, and that means they should probably cancel each other out. You saw Rudy Gobert and Bam Adebayo both not have very good rebounding and points lines, and that's because they'll both be out guarding each other, trying to box out each other. And we should see Lowry, maybe he gets a couple extra rebounds today, which will even help out this bet. Now, Lowry has cashed this line in 4 straight games, and in 5 of his last 6, he's averaging 14.3 assist chances per game and 10.8 rebounding chances per game. The second most on the team, surprisingly, in that rebounds category. So that's a combined 25.1 just rebound and assist opportunities, and all we need is 12 today. Now, I understand he's on a different team, so when I say these next couple stats, you might want to take him with a grain of salt, but as a Raptor, in his past 5 games versus the Denver Nuggets, cashed in all of them. He had 12, 14, 13, 14, and 13 rebounds plus assists combined in each of the last 5 games versus the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are currently allowing 7 rebounds per game to opposing point guards and 9.3 assists per game to opposing point guards as well, which is 8th most in the NBA. The Nuggets have let Ja Morant hit this line twice. Even his backup, Tyus Jones, hit it in the same game that Ja Morant hit it. Ricky Rubio, Dejounte Murray, Chris Paul, all these guys have gone over this line versus the Nuggets, and so I'll keep riding with Kyle Lowry tonight, over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Now, let's move on to some spreads and over-unders. We're going to keep these at half a unit play, but we're taking the Heat Nuggets. We're taking the same game. We're taking under 206.5 points. Now, both these two teams very good defensively. Currently, they are 2nd and 4th in defensive rating. The Nuggets have really struggled to score points, and today they will be without Michael Porter Jr., which truthfully might actually help them score points because he can't shoot it into the ocean. This guy was really struggling, missing open layups, and then he's now injured. So the Heat, they're traveling to Mile High, so you don't know if the altitude will have an effect on their performance, but could it? Yes. The Nuggets currently ranked 21st in pace. The Heat are 28th, 3rd to last in the NBA. The Nuggets, when it's all said and done, you got a game that is in the 206.5 points. This is super low. Vegas expects a very low-scoring game, and I think that's what we'll get. Now, you think about it, the same game, very similar to Jazz versus Heat, but you're like, Jazz versus Heat, they combined for like 228 points. They combined for a lot of points. That included a 68-point fourth quarter. The Heat shot 60% from the field. The Jazz shot 52%. I don't see that happening again. They should miss more shots today. And so I'll ride with the under 206.5 points, minus 115 on BetMGM. Now let's move on to another spread and over-under pick. We're taking the Lakers, minus 2.5 versus the Hornets. Fade if you want, because the Lakers honestly have been a fade spot all season. And here are 2 teams that are not playing well. Now you got the Lakers, obviously they are not doing too hot. The Hornets, after a strong start to the season, really struggled. They've lost 4 straight games, 5 of their last 6, and that includes 3 straight losses on the road by 22, 30, and 14 points, and they find themselves on the road again in the same stadium that they just lost last night in Staples Center by 14 points. Now, the Lakers, I won't lie to you, they haven't been great themselves. They've been looking good, probably be about 8.5-point favorites here, but no, they're only 2.5-point favorites, and I understand why. LeBron James out today. We still don't know if we'll be seeing Anthony Davis, who I do expect to play, but you just never know with Anthony Davis. That's what they call him out there. But it feels like the Lakers, they just get back on track today. It's just a feeling I got. I think the Hornets, they just have not been playing any defense over the last couple games. And you could argue the same for the Lakers, but this is their third game for the Hornets, their third road game in 4 days. They're on a back-to-back. And they have one more road game in this long streak of road games in Memphis in 2 days. So Lakers, they really haven't put it together so far this season. They're 1-6 against the spread at home, but they're only asking for 2.5 points. I think they can really get it. They've been much bigger favorites at home and obviously haven't been covering that. So I think they'll be able to control the paint, which is very important tonight. And you really look at the Hornets team, they don't have a lot of paint protection. They got Mason Plumlee. He plays like 15 minutes a game, and that's all about it. Give me the Lakers, and I think they bounce back in this spot and get a win. Now let's move on to some player props. We're taking Dorian Finney-Smith under 9.5 points, -115. Now, I would probably only take this at 9.5. If you have it at 8.5 in your book, maybe stay away unless it's pretty good value. But Dorian Finney-Smith, who I will abbreviate to DFS, he's a solid role player for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, hoping we have a similar sort of fate like we did to Mo Harkless yesterday. We had Mo Harkless under 12.5 PRAs. Yeah, he had 2 rebounds and 1 assist in 20 minutes. That's what I was trying to tell you, people. Mo Harkless is bad. Now, I'm not saying Dorian Finney-Smith is Mo Harkless, because that's disrespectful. He does not deserve that. He's definitely a guy that's better than Mo Harkless, and he's been decent this year. In 9 games this season, Finney-Smith has gone under 9.5 points in 6 of them. He has not scored a lot of points. He's only gone over this line in 3 games. In those 3 games he went over, twice he shot the ball 13 and 11 times. And this is a guy that's only shot 10-plus times in 3 games this season. So you shouldn't really be expecting a big workload from him on the offensive side. And we would love to see Brandon Ingram back for the Pelicans, because that means he'll have to force him, DFS, to play a little bit more defense on that side of the ball. Finney-Smith has gone under this line in 3 straight games. And like I said, this matchup against the Pelicans, middle of the pack. And we just have to hope Brandon Ingram plays. It will just help out this bet. It doesn't matter if Brandon Ingram's not out there. I don't really care. But in his career versus the Pelicans, he has played against them 16 times, averaged 25 minutes per game, and he's gone under. And he scored over 10 points, so he's gone under in 13 of the 16 matchups, where he's gone over just 19% of the time. 2 of the games he went over, he shot 5 of 6 from the field. The other time he attempted 10 shots. I don't see him getting up 10 shots tonight. He really hasn't been shooting that much the last couple games. And like I said, if he wants to go 5 or 6 from the field, so be it. But I'll take the under 9.5 points here. Let's move on to another under, and this one's sketchy. Steph Curry, under 42.5 PRAs. Now, we might be poking the bear with this one, and we poked the bear last time we did an under on a star player. That was Joel Embiid, and he absolutely had a field day on us. But Steph Curry just hasn't been shooting all that much the last 4 games. Over his last 4 games, he hasn't shot more than 16 times, and his PRAs have been 25, 28, 32, and 31. So in 9 games this season, he's gone under in 6 of them. And now he gets a matchup against the Hawks, which honestly, we don't have a lot of sample size. He's only played them once since 2018. He's been injured the rest of the matchups. But I expect the Warriors to attack whoever Trae Young is guarding. That's what all teams always try to do, and I think they'll continue to do that today. Now, I don't expect Steph Curry to be guarding, or Trae Young to be guarding Steph Curry, but even if he does, and I don't expect that to happen, Trae Young has kind of modeled his game after Steph Curry, so you'd hope he might have a similar way to stop himself from scoring, but I just can't imagine they let him guard Steph Curry. We'll likely see Bogdanovic, someone longer, and be able to guard him a little bit better. Now, you expect Trae Young to likely be guarding Jordan Poole, so maybe we have a big Jordan Poole game, but I like the numbers. Don't love the shot attempts for Steph Curry. He just hasn't been getting it up that much, and so I'll take the Warriors, who have been moving the ball super well, and I like them. They've been spreading the ball around, letting the open guy shoot, and hopefully Steph Curry doesn't go off for 35 points. If he does, there's really not much you can do about it, but I like the numbers on this one. We'll take his under 42.5 PRAs. Now, let's move on to one more over-under player prop before we get into my call on my shot. Julius Randle, we're taking this over 9.5 rebounds, which is plus 100. So Randle and the Knicks, they didn't play well yesterday. They played no defense, and I had the under in that game, and they just had a field day, and they just did not play well on the defensive end. They made Ricky Rubio look like Olympics Ricky Rubio, scoring 37 points, 8 for 9 from the 3-point line. The man was an absolute glitch. They didn't play any defense. So today, I'll ride with Randle. He's already played. They're playing the Sixers team. Now, yesterday he only had 7 rebounds, but it was a bad rebounding day for the whole Knicks team. 7 rebounds led the team. He was tied with Mitchell Robinson for the team lead. Randle's averaging 11.3 rebounds per game on the season, 18.8 rebound chances per game, which leads the New York Knicks. And on the season, he's gone over this line in 6 of 9 games so far this season. Once he's finished on the hook in those 3 games he didn't go over. And that includes an effort against this Sixers team that he had 11 rebounds earlier this season. And that was even in a game Joel Embiid was not all that active. Now you'd think the center, which would likely be Mitchell Robinson or Nerlens Noel, will be guarding Joel Embiid the whole time. And that means, and I do expect Joel Embiid to be more aggressive. Embiid only shot 7 times the last time these two teams played. He should be shooting more, and that means that that center will be guarded out, shot contesting and all that, and I think we'll see Randle down in the paint grabbing some more rebounds. In his last 10 matchups versus the Philadelphia 76ers, he has gone over in 7 of them. That includes 15 rebounds against them last season. When with Randle, it all comes down to effort, and I think he'll be trying hard on the glass tonight, especially because they don't want to lose again, because they've lost 2 straight games. So I'll ride with Randle tonight. Now, calling my shot time. We missed yesterday. Harrison Barnes had no interest in getting some rebounds, but we're riding with PJ Tucker. We're taking us over 1.5 assists, plus 185. Now, we missed yesterday, like I said, with Harrison Barnes, but we're going to get back after it. Now, Tucker, he has 2 or more assists in 6 of their 9 games so far this season, and that includes 3 of the past 4. Now, this is not a guy that's going out there and averaging 20 assist chances per game. He's averaging just about 2.2. So, but 2 assists is not that hard to come by. We've seen people that don't have any business getting 2 assists get it in the first quarter. And so that's what I'm hoping here. Sharper books have this play at plus 139. So we're getting terrific value at plus 185. I'm comfortable putting a little bit on it. Obviously, don't put a full unit. It's not worth that. But PJ Tucker, like I said, he hit this line in 6 of 9 games so far. So I'll ride with him over 1.5 assists and lock it in. Like I said, Monday Night Football, best bets on the screen right now. Make sure you're checking that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your best bet down below. And maybe I'll shout you out tomorrow. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.